This camera is angled like really far down. Okay, welcome to Roughing It with Ruth, the channel where everything is a bit rough around the edges. In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean your trail runners. So it is really important when you are cleaning your trail runners that you do not use any soap and you do not use hot water, because both of those things can seriously damage the glue that they use to hold trail runners together. And you definitely should not put your trail runners in the washing machine, because that agitation can also damage your shoes. And I know there is going to be someone in the comments that says, oh, but I've chucked my shoes in the washing machine and they've been fine. And yeah, they might come out looking fine, but I can guarantee you that you are shortening the lifespan of those trail runners by cleaning them incorrectly like that. And trail runners these days are so expensive that I'm sure everybody wants to have trail runners that last as long as possible. What you're going to need to start out is your dirty trail running shoes. Then you're also going to want to have some kind of soft bristled brush. It's important that this is really soft, not a scourer type brush or hard bristles, because that might damage your shoe. And you are going to want something to dry your shoes with afterwards. I like using an old towel, but you could use anything absorbent, and you're going to need a fair amount of it. A little tea towel is not going to be enough. You could also try using newspaper. I see a lot of people enjoy using newspaper when they're drying their shoes. The reason why I don't use newspaper is because there is always the chance, especially with light colored trail running shoes, that the ink from the newspaper could transfer onto your shoe and dye it a different color, which nobody wants. Then the other thing that I'm going to recommend that you have is a cell phone with a camera and internet access. The reason for this is step number one is to look up on your own manufacturer's website for your shoes, see what they say about cleaning your shoes. Sometimes specific manufacturers will have specific recommendations, and it's a good idea to just read through that before you get started. Here I've got a little article from Salomon, because those are the types of shoes that I'm going to be cleaning. And the reason why I say you want to have a camera on your phone is because my shoes that I'm cleaning today have a quick lace system, so I'm not actually going to be undoing the laces. But step number two is to deconstruct your shoe as much as you possibly can. This shoe, I can't undo the laces, so I've just loosened them as much as I can, and I'm going to take out the insoles on both shoes. But if you do have a shoe with more traditional laces, then what you're going to want to do is completely unlace the shoe and take out the insoles, provided the insoles are not actually glued in place. But before you do that, I highly recommend that you take a photo of the top view of those laces with your cell phone camera. Because as simple as it might seem to put the laces back the way they were, sometimes it's not actually that easy. So, and you start second guessing yourself and thinking you might be doing the wrong thing. So definitely just take a picture before you start taking all the laces out of your shoes. The other really important thing that you're going to need is cold running water. I'm using the cold running water on my sink tap. I'm making sure that it is on cold, but you could use any running water that you have access to, like a hose pipe outside would also work just fine for this cleaning method. You can see these shoes are pretty dirty at the moment. If you are cleaning indoors, then it might be a good idea to try and take most of this mud off outside at an outside garden tap, or even just scraping it outside so that you don't have to deal with the mud inside your own house. But this is where I am right now, so I'm just going to deal with it in the sink. What I like to do first is just start the water running and just wash the shoe and get as much of the exterior dirt off as I can just with running water first. So that's what I'm going to do now. I have gone ahead and I've just rinsed off the exterior mud with my cold water. And now I'm going to take my soft bristled brush and I'm just going to run water over the shoe and just very gently scrub it. And it's really important, again, to be gentle with the shoe. You don't want to cause too much abrasion, especially to the material parts. Just be patient and keep going over and over the areas that look a little bit dirty, and eventually the shoe will come clean. So far, I have pretty much been focusing on the exterior of the shoe, and I'm pretty happy with the exterior at the moment. There's no real obvious dirt. There's, you know, a little bit of staining on the white part, but that I know on this shoe doesn't really come off no matter how much I brush it. But I'm pretty happy overall with the exterior of the shoe being fairly clean. Now what I'm going to do is focus on the nooks and crannies and the interior. With these Salomon shoes that have the quick lace system, it's a little bit more difficult because the quick lace system is pretty difficult to remove. So they actually recommend you don't remove it when you're cleaning. So you do have to kind of reach around it to clean the tongue of the shoe. And then I'm going to use my hand to clean the inside of the shoe, just because my soft bristled brush is not small enough to fit inside of the shoe. If you had a smaller brush, like a really soft nail brush or something like that, you might be able to actually get that into the shoe. But again, just be quite gentle, because the inside material of the shoe is generally a lot softer than like the outside sole, where you might be able to brush a bit harder. What I also like to do for cleaning the inside of the shoe is to just fill the shoe with water and then pour the water out, just to kind of rinse out all of the debris inside of the shoe. And I'll do that quite a few times. So as I go in there and scrub with my hand, I'll rinse it out a couple of times with water, just using the shoe as a kind of boat to fill up with water and tip it out again. I am done with this shoe now. All I'm going to do is just squeeze out some of the excess water from the thicker parts of the shoe, just with my hand, quite gently. You obviously don't want to deform the shoe or break anything. And when I squeeze it out, I'm also checking if there's a lot of muddy water that's coming out when I squeeze it. If the water is very muddy, then I'm going to rinse the shoe a few more times before I put it to one side. So I'm going to put that to one side. Now I'm just going to clean the insole for that shoe the same way with my soft bristled scrubbing brush. Just gently clean it. You do have to be a little bit more careful with the insoles, because they are, again, a bit of a softer material than some of the parts of the shoe. Something that's maybe worth mentioning with insoles is that some shoes have the insoles actually stuck into the shoe, so you cannot remove them. And some of them you can very easily just take the insole out. This particular Salomon Ultra Glide that I had actually had some double-sided tape on the insole that was sticking it down. But the first time I ever cleaned this shoe, I just kind of gently tested whether the insole would come out, and I could see that this part did flap up, and then I could see that there was just double-sided tape. So I took it out intending to replace the double-sided tape, but what I found is that this insole actually fits into the shoe quite tightly, and the double-sided tape was therefore not necessary for me to stop the insole sliding around. But you're just going to have to check your own shoe to see what works best for you. I'm pretty happy with the cleanliness of my shoe and my insole at the moment, so I'm going to start drying them. I'm going to start with the insole just because it's a little bit easier. So all that I do with the insole is I place it on my towel, flat on a hard surface, and then I fold a chunk of towel over it, and I push down quite hard on the insole. And that is just going to force the excess water out into the towel, and the towel is going to absorb it. And this is not going to make it completely dry, but it is going to drastically reduce the drying time that is needed in the air for this insole. This insole is now ready to be air dried. I just put it somewhere inside the house in a well-ventilated area away from direct sunlight. You do not need to use a hair dryer or a radiator or any of those kinds of things to dry your shoe. And if you do use that, then you should also just be aware that that is also going to damage your shoe and decrease the longevity of your shoe. So please don't use heat at all when you are cleaning or drying your shoes. Now, for drying the shoe itself, the trick that I like to use is I open my towel out completely and I grab one corner of it, and then I start stuffing the shoe with the towel. And you need to be quite methodical about this, So try to get it as far into the toe box as you can. It can be a little bit difficult with the wet shoe and the grippy towel, but just kind of keep stuffing in as much towel as you can into the shoe so that you really fill up the whole cavity of the shoe with towel. And you'd be surprised how much towel it takes to fill up the shoe. And as you get to the back, you then just stuff the heel with towel as well. So you can see the shoe is like pretty full at the moment, just stuffed with towel. Then there's a long piece of towel that is outside of the shoe still. And what I do now is I wrap that around the outside of the shoe. And then I take that entire shoe and I squeeze it as hard as I can. You give it the biggest hug that you have ever given anything. And provided that you have stuffed the inside of the shoe fairly well with towel, it is almost impossible to really damage or deform the shoe when you're doing this. You just have to make sure that you do stuff the inside properly. And this takes a lot of excess water out of the shoe, especially around the padded areas. And once you have given it as much squeezing as you can remove the towel, and you'll feel the inside towel is actually quite sodden. It's really wet now from the inside of the shoe. And then you put this shoe and this insole separately in a nice, well-ventilated area, out of direct sunlight, away from heat, and you just leave them to air dry. And it doesn't actually take that long if you have done this method with a towel, because there's not all that much water left in the shoe. For me in South Africa, even in winter, it really only takes about 24 hours for this shoe to dry to the point where I can wear it again. One thing that I do want to just mention is shoes that have some kind of waterproofing in them. So shoes that have Gore-Tex or some other kind of waterproofing, they do need to be cleaned slightly differently. What you can do is go onto the manufacturer's website and check out what kind of re-waterproofing products they recommend. Sometimes there's some kind of spray or some kind of pad that you need to rub on the shoe afterwards or during the cleaning process. And you just need to figure out exactly at which stage in the cleaning process you need to do that and add that into your cleaning regime. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more from me, then you can click on my channel name to see videos that I've made in the past, or you can subscribe to my channel to see videos that I'm going to make in the future.